Dr. Jeffrey Euler. If you could go ahead and turn on your video and your microphone, your audio.
All right, I think the audio's on, but I think the host has to turn the video on.
Oh, you should be turning your own video on, I believe.
Okay.
There we go.
I think we got her.
Okay. Thank you, Randy.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Wallstrom. Everyone loves you, and heard a lot of great things about you. So producer's got 3 cows out in the field, and he goes out there and puts a little pressure on them, and they're all 3 different breeds. He's got one's an Angus, one's a Simmental, and one's a Hereford. Well, anyways, he puts a little pressure on them, and one goes through the fence, one goes over the fence, and the third one prolapses. I'll let you guys decide which is which. Anyhow, I just wanted to also mention with Dr. Wallstrom, I think we can gain a lot of ground giving our calves multi-min when we vaccinate them. There's a lot of research out there that proves that the vaccine's going to go a little bit further. You're going to get a little bit better immunity response to the vaccine, which will give you better immunity if you'll make sure their copper and selenium are up to date. So I would definitely recommend that. One thing I wanted to touch on just a little bit, I've been in Fallon for about 6 years now. And this last summer, we've seen the worst pink eye I've ever seen. It just seemed like everybody was fighting pink eye. And, you know, there's a lot of different things we can do out there. There's a commercial vaccine that's plus or minus. And, you know, guys are using fly tags and stuff. But a couple of things I would just like to mention is if there was enough interest or you had a big enough operation, there's companies out there that can make you a vaccine specific to what we could culture out of the cow's eye. And with all the different strains of M. bovis and bovoculi out there, might not be a bad option to think about if you're one of those folks that have fallen into that category. Might be a little more expensive than the commercial vaccine, but at least you'd know that you're treating what you think you're treating or preventing. We know that calves that are painful aren't going to put on as many pounds, and the average daily rate of gain is going to be a lot less. So just food for thought. There's a company out of Utah that sells salt and trace mineral mix, and it's Redmond salt in Utah, and they've got a new product out there that's got some garlic salt in it, and their claim is that that's going to help keep the flies and parasites down. I know some producers that have tried it, seem to work good. So that's just something you could look into if you're in that category and the flies just seem to kill you in the summer and the fallout from that. Another thing I wanted to also talk about, probably more for the producers on the west side of the state, but there is now a foothill abortion vaccine that we can get. We've administered it to a couple different herds, and hopefully it's going to help those producers that are losing calves. It's pretty costly to do, but if anyone wants to talk about the specifics, they can sure get in touch with me, and we can visit about the administration, which cows in the herd are eligible, and what we know from those that made the vaccine and what their research has told them. So foothill abortion vaccine is something that if you struggle with that, maybe this will help. It's something to look into, at least put some thought towards. And the only other thing that we've been seeing is trick's been a big problem in our part of the state for the last several years. We've tested a lot more bulls than normal, and I would sure recommend that you do that. We actually had a few less positives here lately. Bulls coming off the range have been quite a bit less. So I would sure recommend just be vigilant. Test your bulls. Make sure that you're trick free and you're being a good neighbor. And hopefully we can keep that from being a big issue. And if we all do our part and make sure our herd's clean, and then hopefully we can trust our neighbors and we can all be good that way. We don't want anyone fighting with each other about who brought the trick to the herd. So anyways, that's about all I have. If there's any questions, I can sure answer some of those or try to. And just wish everyone a prosperous 2021 and hope everyone can reach their goals and do well. Thank you.